Apparently I'm built for this. I'm made for this. I work for this. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I do what I say, and I say what I do. I climb 1,000 steps. I make my mark. I rock the boat, because that's the start. I send ripples. I send waves. I move mountains. I go into cave. I like nature in all its glory splendor. I like the moving forward, the distance and the thunder, and the glory and the wonder and the spectacle of something bigger, of something bolder and brighter. It's a new future. Today, tomorrow, there's chickens. And then there's followers. There's people. There's places. There's gorgeous amounts of nature. There are things to explore in every corner. But keep on going, because it's just the beginning. So up the cable car on my way to Saint-Jean. So we're like up in the valley, like up high. So beautiful. Plants are gorgeous. Like it's misty. It's really cloudy, unfortunately, which means I probably won't be able to get like spectacular views of the mountains and things from here. But I don't care. Every experience is the experience that it is. Whether it be a cloudy day, a beautiful day, something happens, you see somebody on the street. Namaste. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, that is good. That is very, very good. I'm from Australia.
From Melbourne?
No, I'm not from Melbourne. Anyway, it's all very exciting when you just take the experience for what it is, basically. It's like I arrived and the misty clouds came near this beautiful Sangat temple up on top of the gorge. Just spectacular, so beautiful. I'm so excited to be here. It's so lovely. Here's somebody who wants some attention. But I'm loving this misty, beautiful nature that is happening right now. It's wonderful. What's that?
Selfie lena hai, selfie.
Same feeling? Selfie? Let's have a selfie, for sure. I actually really, really regret having those 2 beers before I came up here and did all this walking. Because the road is bumpy. It's starting to rain. Actually, I don't regret it. I don't regret anything. You know, this life has been one of those journeys where I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. I've done a lot of things that I'm very proud of. I've done things to hurt people, and I've also done things that I have that have helped people. And I am centered with all of that now about my role, my purpose, my mission. Of marrying the good and the bad, and the roads and the highways that build, shape and form us as human beings. Basically, in so many different ideological senses, you can't know what happiness is until you know what isn't. And the same can be said for being in love, or taking a road less traveled to find something beautiful. Now, the one thing I will say is that there is, like Australia, no different, littered our impact on this planet, and I have personally struggled with that for a long time, but kind of getting off point for a second. Behind there, by the way, is mountains that rise way up into the sky, in just a picturesque beauty that is unimaginable, and for the moment unattainable. And I think sometimes that in itself is the point that I'm making about choosing these roads less traveled, or you don't see what it is that's happening until the next thing comes along, or you recognize later on what the reason for that thing that happened was, or whatever. The reason for saying all of this is, this adventure that I'm on, wasn't the adventure that I was meant to be going on. This was not the road that I thought I would be traveling. I was going to be going to Europe for 2.5 months and staying in some of the most luxurious and wonderful places, traveling business class. And that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And it didn't happen because it wasn't meant to. And it took me a hot minute to get there and to really settle in with it and figure out why. And it was because I needed to be something for somebody else. I needed to provide a spiritual service to somebody in order to release them from something that they were going through, which was very toxic and needed to be cleansed. Now, that's not to say that I wasn't disappointed, and that's not to say that I didn't think, well, there's my little pink fluffy ball on the ground. I thought that this was love. I thought that this was going to be my forever birthday. All that stuff, right? I got a bit sad. All my plans got thrown out the door. But I made a decision to come to Nepal instead. And, I'm so glad I did. This is one of the most incredibly exciting adventures that I've ever been on. Just take it in for a second. Yes, I might have gone to see all of the most acclaimed artworks of, traditional art history, and I was very excited about it. I left my job for 2.5 months to go and do that, and told every single person under the sun, hello grasshopper, that I was going to Europe. I completely shifted my life, and 3 days beforehand, everything got turned on a dime. You don't need to know why that is, and you don't need to know what that meant. But what is important is that through it all, I found my way up a mountain, down a mountain, into a canyon, around, and back out again in a very short period of time, because my attitude is different. When I used to be in a state of consciously, unconsciously causing others pain and hurt through my actions, I would think, well, fuck it, my life's shit. Well, I don't care. I just don't care. Now my attitude is to walk through life with as much love, kindness, forgiveness, and what can I offer? A guy cut my hair last night, did a good job too, for $1.60. He cut my hair for $1.60 in Nepali money, and I thought to myself, this is ridiculous, here's $5. You have to be willing to step outside of yourself and see what others need in order to see what you need within yourself. It's two-way streets, reciprocal in nature. Somebody smiles at you on the street, you smile back. Somebody says hello to you, you say hello. You answer their questions. You do what it is that you are being asked of. People will always try and interrupt you. They will always try and facilitate some kind of external, aggressive and passive kind of form of interaction. It can come from so many different places: fear, poverty, spiritual imbalance, lots of different things, lots of different reasons that life can cause you those things. You want to say hello again?
Hello.
Hello, there you go. See, what a dude. Very happy to be enjoying this lovely nature. Hello.
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste.
Hello,
Say hello to Australia.
Australia, yeah.
Yes.
To come here to see the view of tournament.
Absolutely. I think I have to come back tomorrow because it's a bit cloudy. Yeah.
And when you go back,
It's still beautiful though.
you have to tell them to go to the October, November.
You should come to Australia and see Ez Rock.
Yeah, we do our best.
Yes, yes, yes. Very, very good gentleman. People here are just so friendly, and this is what I mean. You really cannot judge something, somewhere, someone by what it is that has been previously past experience and what is current to the now, to the present. And it's not always going to be like your amazingness is going to always just like stick, and you're going to be like, cool, I'm so zen, I'm so wonderful, I got this in the bag. You're going to fucking fall down. You're going to have times where you don't make the best decisions or the best choices, and that's okay. You know, like sometimes people aren't going to agree with you, and they're going to think that you're selfish, and they're going to think that you're doing things that aren't great because it doesn't suit them. But you get to look at this splendor and this beauty of life and have an experience that is like so amazingly different to anything that you've ever experienced before. Funnily enough, this would be called a faggot, a bundle of sticks. You know, here in Nepal, we have a very, very small openly gay population, but also retrospectively was one of the first places that legalized same-sex marriage and decriminalized homosexuality. Like, it's such a duality, and yet finding any gay culture here is really, really difficult. And I guess a lot of that's tied into like lots of different parts of culture, and another video that I'm looking at is intergenerational trauma, which will be coming out very soon, talking about how we grow up with these ideas of who we are, how we live, namaste, and what that is like. And then you come to a country like Nepal and you climb a mountain, or you cable car up a mountain. I mean, I'm fit, but I'm not that fit at the moment. I want to get there though. That's a new goal. And you realize that we are all humans. We are all people just doing our best, trying to get by, trying to live our lives, be in the present moment of this contextual reality, this thing that we are a part of. And yet at the same time, you know, have a spiritual experience, which is where you are recognizing yourself beyond the sense that it is just this 3D context. So the thing that animates you, if you've ever seen a dead body, the thing that animates you definitely leaves you. It's energy. I'm gonna do a big video about science and spirituality and how they really are the same thing. And that'll be fun because, you know, like, life is just way too short to be gambling on your ideas of what is right. And we'll never know. None of us will, until we get there. But however, at the same time, you get to look at this splendor and this beauty of life and have an experience that is like so amazingly different to anything that you've ever experienced before. Funnily enough, this would be called a faggot, a bundle of sticks. You know, here in Nepal, we have a very, very small openly gay population, but also retrospectively was one of the first places that legalized same-sex marriage and decriminalized homosexuality. And yet finding any gay culture here is really, really difficult. And I guess a lot of that's tied into like lots of different parts of culture and you know, this is one of those life experiences that has taught me that, you know, through breaking free of a particular way of being, particular kind of way of viewing the world, I have been able to create a new sense of peace within myself that I didn't have before. These guys look a little bit dodgy. I'm gonna go. Very good indeed. Yes. Have you always lived in Pucara? Like in up here? Just English funny. It's hard. Yes.
Yes.
It's hard.
Yes.
I appreciate the fact that you know more English than I do Nepalese. It's impressive.
सरङ्गट कोठानैमा आऊ बसडैमा जति गहिरो फेवा ताल त्यति गहिरो हाम्रो मन
Saranggut. Very good.
दैको रुमाल गोरेरै मन पर्
Thank you for watching Conversations with DOG. My name's Aaron. I'm the alchemic artist. I'm neurodivergent, queer rainbow family, fun and friendly, so get amongst it. Like, subscribe, share, or don't, who cares? This is life. Life is just a bittersweet thing. It's fleeting, it's momentary, and can end in an instant, but it's about what you do with it.